Welcome to Eve Cidery, located in Beckhorn Hollow in Venetton, New York. Here's our repurposed 1950s era cinder block dairy barn where we make all our cider. My name's Autumn Stoscheck, and my husband Ezra and I and one employee and a partner run this farm and cidery together. I started Eve Cidery in 2002 as a way to make a living pruning apple trees. I really didn't know what I was getting into. My husband Ezra joined me in 2005, and each year we've accomplished a little bit more, planted another orchard, bought another tank, and hopefully made a little better cider than we did the year before. We now produce about 6,000 gallons of cider. We do all the work ourselves, and much of it we do by hand. Our intent is to make balanced, food-friendly cider that reflects the place the apples were grown and our own artistic vision.
Good morning, group of cider aficionados. We're in Venetton on May 24th, 2016 at about 10:30 in the morning in our North Orchard. It's a beautiful late spring day, and behind me is a row of Porter's Perfection. God, I feel like I'm so self-conscious.
It's fine, you're doing good.
Why are you self-conscious? You're never self-conscious.
I know. Okay, should I just keep going? This is Ezra from Eve Cidery, and I'm in our North Orchard with Autumn and my daughter Layla and Ryan Clover Owens behind the iPhone. We're beginning our introduction to Eve Cidery here in our orchard because we believe that, like great wine, great cider begins in the orchard, and we are both farmers and cider makers. What really excites us about making cider is growing apples for the cider.
This orchard that we're in now, the North Orchard, is in Venetton, and it's on the eastern side of a really steep, glacial carved valley. We're perched right on the edge of the Southern Finger Lakes and the Northern Appalachian Plateau, where these two sort of distinct geographies converge. So hopefully our ciders have the ability to sort of express what's special about this little place on earth.
So we're going to do a little tasting with you as if we were with you in some wine store in Washington State. But really we're in the North Orchard still in between two blossoming Badan cider apple trees, and with a real orchard ladder behind us. I'm going to talk about the Northern Spy and the Beckhorn Hollow, our two champagne style ciders that you're selling, and then Autumn's going to talk about the Albee Hill and the Essence. The Northern Spy is a single variety champagne style cider made from the Northern Spy apple, which is an old New York State variety, a chance seedling discovered about 200 years ago. It is, we find with fine wine drinkers, to be a gateway cider. It has lower tannins than some of our other blends and a nice dry, crisp minerality. The Beckhorn Hollow is a champagne style cider that's a blend of apple varieties as compared to the Northern Spy, which is a single variety champagne style cider. So the Beckhorn Hollow is made primarily with Golden Russet, Wixon, and Cox Orange Pippin. It's, we hope, a balanced cider that has a really nice acidity, like a mouth-watering juiciness that really kind of gets your taste buds woken up, your mouth watering, and gets you ready for that delicious food you've been cooking or ordering if you're in a restaurant.
The Albee Hill is a still cider. There's no bubbles in it. And one of the things about still ciders is that bubbles can sometimes be used as a crutch in a cider that is otherwise lacking in complexity or structure. So when those bubbles are stripped away, the cider has to be well made. It has to be made with really good fruit. So in the Albee Hill, we put some of our best fruit in our orchard, and this is a pretty tannic cider. So when you think about serving it, you should be serving it at cellar temperature, not ice cold. It's really going to open up for you and really show a lot better when it's about 55 degrees. I love pairing this cider with like a cave-aged grass-fed cheddar, something really granular and creamy. The cider has plenty of tannin to cleanse your palate and refresh your palate and make you eat a whole lot more cheese than you really should be. So the last cider in our lineup is the ice cider, and our focus is on dry cider, but cider, like I said, can be made in a range of styles, and so we're excited to have a dessert cider. This cider is really similar to grape ice wine, if you've ever had that. We make this cider through a process called cryoconcentration, and what cryoconcentration is that we save the apples in our barn until we get an opportunity in the weather when the temperature is going to go down to 0. We press the juice and put the juice outside to freeze. As it freezes and thaws in the tank, the water comes out of solution and freezes as ice, and the interior portion becomes more and more concentrated. When it reaches the bricks that we like, we drill a hole through the ice and extract that sugary portion. It's about 1/6 of the original volume. So there's about 30 apples in every bottle, minus the water. We ferment that very concentrated juice until we like the sugar-acid balance, and then we stop the fermentation early. So all the sweetness you taste is the natural sugar of the apples. There's no sugar added to it. It's a great dessert wine cider because it's got all sorts of acidity. Stop it.
What?
What are you doing?
Okay.
Boy, it's really hot and I'm feeling kind of drunk. We should get to work.
Oh my God! It's May 25th.